Welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. David and I'm Miss Cheryl, and we're glad to see you again. We're going to be learning about Joseph, Joseph. And he lived in the Bible days long ago, but he was a true character. Right, Mr. David?
That's right.
You see what I got Mr. David to put on? Do you know why he does that? He doesn't like to just come out here on the deck and just dress in front of a pyramid with a camel for anybody, but he'll do it just for you, just for us to tell the story that's in the Bible. Isn't he fabulous? Yay! Our story tonight's going to have a very interesting coat. It's a very interesting story too. It's about 12 brothers. We're going to talk about that more later. Do you get along with your brothers and sisters at home? We want all of you to be getting along and not being jealous at the birthday party. Do you know what being jealous is? It's when somebody else gets something and you're mad at them because you wish it had been yours. And that's part of our story. It's about 12 brothers who didn't get along very well. That wasn't good. They didn't learn to get along. Their mama and daddy didn't teach them not to hit and fight and tattletale. Their mamas weren't the same mothers. That was part of the problem. There were 4 mothers. But 12 brothers would have a hard time getting along anyway. So let's stay tuned and let's learn more about our character, Joseph. You ready?
Ready.
Somebody's turning 4 years old. We're having a nice birthday party for this puppy here. We've all got on party hats. And we're going to sing happy birthday. All 4 of his friends, all 3 of his friends are here. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear puppy. Happy birthday to you.
And he's going to blow out his candle. Good job. Now let's see what present he got. Did he have a present down there, Mr. David?
Mm-hmm.
What's inside there?
It's like a puzzle.
Let's see what that is. A puzzle? Oh, it's a bear puzzle.
Bear.
Oh, a stuffed animal.
And looks like maybe a coat, a jacket.
Oh, it's like
a long sleeve jacket.
It's a letter jacket. It looks fabulous. And he already had some pretty nice Star Wars pajamas on. Oh, how special he looks. And everybody's so happy. Look, smiling. He says, happy birthday over here. This guy does. And something's not right over here. What's going on, Mr. David?
Bunny seems like she's jealous.
Bunny, you have on a nice coat. You have a jacket already, but why are you so upset? He's not happy. He's going to take off his hat and go home because he wanted to get a nice coat, just like Puppy Dog did. He's jealous. He said, I don't ever get anything good for my birthday. I just want a red coat, but all I have is this Destin shirt. Well, that makes everybody feel a little bit sad, doesn't it? He didn't say happy birthday. And look, you already had some party favor here, a little cup of Play-Doh and a blower. You could have been so happy, but Bunny chose to be fussy, not happy. Do you remember our map? Well, I came up to the church today to show you the map one more time. We've talked about this red country before. We talked about Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden over here. You see them right there? And we've also talked about other countries over here on this side of the map. Oh, I want to show you that one. That's Noah's Ark resting on the mountain way up high with the rainbow. We talked about Noah and some of these stories over here. Well, tonight, oh, I forgot this guy. Abraham. We talked about Abraham way over here in Saudi Arabia. I had a friend long ago from Saudi Arabia, and it was dusty and they had a lot of sand over there. Do you see the camels? We had that in our story. So if you haven't watched those stories, go back and review them because we're going to talk about a different side of the map. Not this side, but way over here, the yellow country of Egypt. It's very important. We're going to learn about this character named Joseph, and he was a real story in the Bible. It's a sad story how he got way over to Egypt, but people know this story and talk about it even today. And I want you to learn all about it too, so keep watching to learn how God's people came from way over here at this side of the map to this side of the map. Do you remember last week when we talked about Abraham and he was very, very old, almost 100 years old, and he had the 3 visitors that came, and he made some meat for them, and Sarah made the bread for them, and they gave him a blessing, and they said, "You're going to have a baby." Do you remember Sarah laughed about that? It's been a whole week, so you may have forgotten that, but she thought that was so funny. And they had their baby named Isaac. Look how happy they look. They look like they could be grandparents or great-grandparents. But oh, Sarah was such a good mama to that little baby Isaac. And Abraham heard he was going to have as many children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren as the stars in the sky or as the sand in the beach. I want to say ocean. Sand in the desert. We'll just say that. So Isaac had 2 sons. They were twins. That's still not as many as all the stars in the sky, but that helped to have twins, didn't it? Their names were Jacob and Esau, and they did not get along very well. They weren't kind. They didn't love each other, and that started a whole thing. But we're going to learn how the family turned around and started getting along really well. So Jacob had 12 sons. And I'm going to show you what they look like. We're going to pan this down. I'm going to show you all 12 sons. They had 4 different mothers. That's kind of crazy. And that might have been why they didn't get along very well. But God turned it around and helped them learn to forgive and get along nicely at the end. So we're going to tell the first part of the story tonight and the next part another night. Here's Jacob. And he's the guy that had Abraham for a granddaddy. And he has 12 sons. That's amazing. That's a crazy big family. All right, so let me show you his sons down here in the desert sand. Reuben has on the white coat right here. He's very important, so look at Reuben, okay? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph. That's the guy in our story. And his little brother Benjamin. 12 sons of Jacob. And Jacob loved Joseph and Benjamin the most. He loved them because he loved their mama the most. Their mother's name was Rachel, and that was his favorite wife of all the wives. And oh, he gave this beautiful coat, ornate, beautiful, lovely, long sleeve coat to Joseph. And none of the other brothers got it. Do you see that? Have you ever gone to sleep at night and had a dream? Well, Joseph had dreams, and he was called the dreamer. And sometimes his dreams were given by God to tell important things. I'm going to count out 12 bales of grain. Okay. So Joseph had a dream that he and his brothers were out binding up the grain, putting it like this into stalks. And he dreamed that his stalk grew taller and taller, and these 11 bowed down before him. And he thought, what could that mean? And he went and asked the brothers, what in the world do you think this dream means? I think he probably knew that he was this stalk, and the brothers and Jacob, the daddy, were these. And even the daddy said, you think I'll be serving you? How in the world could that happen? And then here's the second dream he had. He dreamed about stars up in the sky. All of these stars. And moon. You see the moon? And the sun. And he dreamed, that all of these many stars and sun bowed down before this one. And he said again to the brothers, what do you think that means? All of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all these stars bowing down to this one. What could that mean? I have a feeling he might have known. And then another time when he got a coat, a very beautiful coat, it was ornate and had long sleeves maybe. We don't know what it looked like, but he took it and he showed it to the brothers and they didn't get one. And he could have just been excited about his coat and it made them feel sad. But all of those things made a lot of anger between the brothers. And that set us up for this story, for the brothers doing him really bad and selling him away from home down into Egypt. And that's not happy. That's a very sad story. But next week we'll learn about how God made that all better. See that? They're of working age and they're out in the field taking care of business. And the daddy said, Joseph, why don't you go out to the field and check on your brothers? And so he did. But they didn't like him and they knew he was coming and that he was going to brag about his coat again. And they weren't happy about that, so they got a plan. They decided to kill him. Was that horrible? They saw him coming. And Judah said, well, wait a minute. Our dad would be so sad. Maybe we won't kill him. Why don't we just put him down in this well? Put him down in this well that actually had no water in it. Let's just put him in there. He won't be able to get out. So they did. They put him in the well. And he couldn't get out. It was a very deep well. It's not very deep, is it? And Reuben had a plan to go back and get his brother. He didn't want him to die. He was just putting him down there to save him from the other mean brothers. But Reuben said, I'll go back later and get him. Well, there were some people that came along on camels, and they came, and their names were the Ishmaelites. And the Ishmaelites coming along on the camel decided to see if they could buy Joseph. And they gave the brothers a lot of silver for the brother. You see all that? And they sold Joseph away to the Ishmaelites. And the Ishmaelites took Joseph on a long trip, far away from his home. They took him to a place called Egypt. And then Reuben had to decide what to do, what to tell the daddy. He knew they had done wrong. So guess what he did? He took the coat of Joseph's and they dipped it into animal blood. And they went home and they told their father, Father, look what we found. We found a coat that has blood all over it. Where is Joseph? We can't find him. What do you think happened to him? And he knew what happened. He knew a wild animal must have gotten him. But that's not really what happened, is it? The brothers dipped the coat into blood of an animal to trick their father. Is it good to tell a lie like that? No, never. For our craft tonight, I'm going to show you where you can print this Joseph. Isn't he fine? Mr. David's going to finish putting little squares of paper on him. This is what we've done at class for many years. He's going to put glue down on this Joseph. And then I'm going to try to experiment with another Joseph. I'm going to color this one with markers. I'm going to do part of him with markers, maybe right through here, and then paint here. But you could do it with crayons or whatever you want to. But we're going to show you how our Josephs turn out.
Look toward heaven and number the stars. If you are able to number them, hey Abraham, look toward heaven and number the stars. If you are able to number them, so shall your offspring be. So shall your offspring be. So Abraham had Isaac, Isaac had Jacob, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And Israel had many sons, 12 to be precise, and they would be the fathers of the Israelites. They were Reuben and Simeon, Levi and Judah, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, Issachar and Zebulun, Joseph and little Benji. These are the 12 sons of Israel.
time this week, I want you to see if you can count out 12 of anything. 12 crayons, or 12 pipe cleaners, 12 tongue depressors. It's hard to count that many and hold that many in your hand. Joseph was one of 12 boys. Let's count them. 1, 2, they're falling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And Joseph makes 12. I've done this for a long time using just tongue depressors, but you can use whatever, wooden dowels, I don't know. I'm gonna wrap some yarn and tie a knot to it like that. And we're gonna make Joseph a coat. Let's wrap it up. See how many different colors we can make. You see it? Now there's a red color showing. Here comes green. If we fix it just right, he'll have shoulders around it too. Does that look beautiful? You see his little coat? Now all we lack is a little face on this doll. If we could only have Miss Phyllis Alexander make all of our dolls some beautiful faces. Look at that. He has a gorgeous coat and he's very happy with it. But these guys didn't get one, did they? That was the sad thing. For our snack tonight, we're just gonna use graham crackers, and you can put peanut butter in between them or anything you like to spread on there, like Nutella. But I just had some icing left over, so we used the cream cheese icing. And I had some sprinkles from the summertime. You may have sprinkles that you can put on yours too. But that is our snack. And that would be for 4 people. We would have that at Bible class for about 4 different people. Mr. David wanted to eat that, but I did. I'm gonna let Mr. David have this one though. Okay, so in Bible class you might have gotten one like this, the plain kind, and we would have put sprinkles on yours. We hope this song turns out better than some of our puppet shows. All right, here goes. We're gonna start on down here on this note. Joseph had some brothers, he had a father too. His father, oh wait, it's supposed to say some brothers. Did I forget?
Yeah.
Okay. Take 10. Ready? Joseph had
some brothers,
he had a father too.
His father loved him dearly, it made his brothers blue. Joseph got a special coat, the brothers got a plan. They put their brother in a well, then turned away and ran. Down Joseph fell into the well.
Not good. Oh, that was a very sad thing the brothers did. They put him in the well, and you know he was lonely down in that well, probably. And his brothers surely felt sad when they told the lie, the awful lie that the coat had blood, so they thought maybe the dad would decide he was dead. Was that a good thing to do?
No,
that was bad. That was bad. Okay, we'll see you next week. I hope you have a good week. Don't forget to subscribe. We surely do like to see you subscribe and comment on Facebook. We don't have a way for you to comment on YouTube because it's a children's video. But we like to see anybody and have any artwork you want to put, send it to us. Bye.
Wait.
Okay, take 1,000,000. If we could do the puppet show, we can do this. Let's
Yes.
go. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this, and that's gonna be our first note. I hope you sing along with us. All right. Joseph had some brothers. Seriously. Just leave it in. Okay.
No, start over.
Okay, ready? Joseph had some brothers. He had a father too. His father loved him dearly. It made his brothers blue. Joseph got a special coat, the brothers got a plan. They put their brother in a well, then turned away and ran. Down Joseph fell into the well. Not good. It was a very sad thing that they got rid of their brother. I added that. Okay. So we hope you had a little fun learning a little bit about the story of Joseph, and I hope you get along much better with your brothers and sisters than Joseph did, especially at this part in the story. Okay, Mr. David, I guess we'll say subscribe since nobody can comment on YouTube. It's a children's video, so we'd like to see you subscribe. Right, Mr. David?
That's right.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye-bye.